Hello again, August 31st, and this is going to be a short story time because we only have one really to read. The Void, let me tell you about that, Potential, and we've already read Coyote, so you can look up Coyote. I have timestamped those other stories, so you can skip the path card and just go right into Coyote's story. But on the Void, so this, in the medicine cards, it comes with like 7 or 8 blank cards that you can put animals that you're drawn to. And then when you get the workbook, it suggests that you could turn one of your cards into the Void, right? Which just kind of amplifies the energies of whatever it's drawn with, right? So we have like the message from the Void. We see you are about to meet your potential destiny. There's unlimited potential miracle, or the key to your own creative abilities. So that amplifies what the meanings of these cards would mean, right? The Void, that's all possibilities are in the Void. Past, present, and future, all within the Void. So that's what that means. Easy story on that. Again, Trickster's story. So today we're going to read about the Purification, the Sweat Lodge. Purifying our inner child. The messages are already uploaded for today. So the story for Sweat Lodge. Now there's different stories and teachings. Again, like I said, depending on the area that you're in and the tribes and the clans, they all have their own stories and creation stories. The basis and premises of this are the same. Like the Sweat Lodge is about returning to the womb of Mother Earth. So many teachings to go with that, and it's beautiful. So let me read from the book, because we're on this sacred path with these sacred path cards. Everybody on their own sacred path, remember? Any path you're on is sacred because you are sacred. So Sweat Lodge, fire of purification, steam from sacred stones, prayer ties and tobacco, meld with spirit songs. Sweat Lodge, purification and teachings from the book. Story time, story time. The term Sweat Lodge has been used for a long time and doesn't truly express the purpose of this ceremony. The purpose is to purify the body, mind, and spirit so that a new sense of self may be present on the path. Sweating is one of the things that you do in the lodge, but it is not the reason that you enter the ceremony of the lodge. For centuries, the Native American people have understood the purpose of purification. The spirit can pick up some rust along the way when the experiences of physical life run amok. Since the beginning of the fourth world, which was the world of separation, beginning approximately 60,000 years ago, the polarization of all nations, creeds, and races has ravaged the children of Earth. We have been taught to hate one another, to hate anyone that looks, acts, or believes differently. At the very least, we have been taught to be suspicious of others and to demean other customs and attitudes due to the threat they represent to our belief systems, no matter which race or creed we are. Knowing the systems of Native Americans are different. If we believe something, the knowing systems of Native Americans are different. If we believe something, those beliefs may be changed. But to know is to have a gift that is part of your total self and is as much an extension of who and what we are as is our leg. Our beliefs, however, can be filled with misconceptions of others' opinions, which may create impurities. They may be filled with confusion and or a sense that because someone else said it was so, it is. As the family of humankind, we have long forgotten that these impurities that need cleansing, that these are impurities that need cleansing. If we forget to pray for love and peace to enter our hearts, if we forget to pray for love and peace to enter the hearts of all races, nations, and creeds, we destroy the pure intent of those prayers and prayers. Before any Native American ritual or ceremony can be performed, all participants must purify the body, mind, and spirit. To enter ceremonial space carrying impurities is to lessen the potential of the ceremony's outcome. The purification may be done with sage or cedar smoke, a sweat lodge ceremony, feathering, or a variety of other ways. Sabotage of ceremonial space occurs when participants in that ceremony neglect to purify themselves prior to taking part in the ritual. There cannot be an at-one-ment among the participants if someone is carrying resentment, hatred, jealousy, envy, or other negative emotions. In understanding this idea, our native ancestors made a ceremony to allow each person to let go of the rust that would keep them from shining and contributing their talents. The sweat lodge is made of willows and is circular. The number of willows used depends on the purpose of the lodge. The willow tree is the tree of love in our Seneca tradition. It bends with grace and does not break easily. The lodge's door may be placed at the east, so the illumination and spirit from the blue road may enter and join the ceremony. Or the door may be placed in the west, so healing and female receptive energy may enter. The door to the Purification Lodge is built low, so we have to enter on our knees. And remember for us to be humble and to understand that we are no greater or lesser than other life forms. The stone people heated in the fire pit are volcanic, so their bodies do not shatter or break when water is poured over them and steam is released. These stone people are the carriers of earth records and release ancient lessons through steam. We need to reconnect with these ancient lessons in order to aid the continuation of life on this planet. As our perspiration returns to the Mother Earth in the form of water, the earth is again nourished. When the door to the lodge is opened in between endurances or rounds, the steam travels to Father Sky to take our prayers home to Great Mystery. Some purification ceremonies begin or end with a pipe ceremony, and others do not, depending on the purpose of the sweat. The Purification Lodge is covered with tarps, originally with animal hides, that block out all sources of light. This evokes a feeling of returning to the womb of our Earth Mother and provides a safe space to let go of all of the things that have created rust in our lives. The songs and prayers are a way of filling the spirit as purification occurs. There are 4 rounds of songs and prayers that honor the 4 directions. The rounds allow the participants different viewpoints of the purpose for purifying themselves. Each round or endurance addresses different segments of creation and allows the participants to reconnect with all our relations through prayer. When I learned to make my first tobacco ties, I learned the art of prayer. These ties are praise and gratitude we send to Great Mystery during the ceremony. Each tie is a tiny pinch of tobacco bundled inside of a small square cloth colored cloth, which is then looped with a cotton string. An inch or two later, a loop is placed around the next bundle. In this ceremonial way of making prayer ties, we never tie our prayers with knots, which would stop the results. The loops allow our prayers to flow freely. Most nations use 6 colors for the tobacco ties. Each color has a special meaning. Each prayer tie invites the spirit of its color into the lodge and asks blessings from that relation. Yellow is eagle, male energy, and the illumination of the east. Red is the energy of the child, the south. Faith, trust, innocence, and one or more of the animals of the south shield. In the eastern tribes, it is porcupine. With the plains tribes, it is mouse or coyote. Black represents the west, female energy, the bear, and the place of introspection and goals. The white tobacco tie signifies the north, the elder, gratitude, and wisdom. For the eastern tribes, it signifies the moose, and for the western tribes, the buffalo. The blue tie carries the energy of Father Sky and Great Star Nation and all things above. The green prayer tie contains the energy of Mother Earth, the plant kingdom, and all things green and growing. The ritual involved in making the tobacco ties and the number of each color used varies depending upon the tradition and the purpose of the prayers being said. In humbling ourselves and crawling through the opening to the Purification Lodge, we are asked to check our egos at the door. Since sacrifice originally meant to make sacred, approaching every act of life in a sacred manner is the Indian way. The circular form of the Purification Lodge reminds us not to assign blame to others if they falter or fall, but rather to gently teach in loving kindness so that the circle of the sacred hoop may remain whole. Willow is our reminder of the cleansing love necessary for that growth to occur. The application. The sweat. Laugh at myself. Okay. The Sweat Lodge card speaks of a need for purifying some aspect of your life. This cleansing can be gentle and healing if you are willing to approach it in a sacred manner. It may be time to cleanse negative thoughts or attitudes. From another point of view, if you have people pulling you down and stopping your forward movement, cleaning away the barriers is called for here. Whether the purification is a body, mind, emotions, attitudes, or spirit is for you to decide. The constant rule of the Sweat Lodge cards is that humility and purification always make way for new life force to enter. Remember that once the rust is removed, you may shine in your own right. All right? Thank you. Heart hugs. Remember Coyote? I've already read Coyote, so you can look up his story. They're time-stamped. Have a blessed day, beautiful beings. Thank you.